So the cumulative advantage, I peeked back in on the book this morning, and I realized the first thing, one of the summaries of the book was that it was a marketing book. And as I thought back on, I was like, you know what? I don't remember. How do I tie this into the business of marketing? Because the lessons I learned from the book didn't feel like marketing, but then I could definitely apply them to marketing, but it didn't feel like marketing. And then I went back to the preface of the book and it actually said that it was for marketing. So before we get into the book too far, I mean, tell us a bit about the book and why and how it relates to marketing.
Yeah, your comment's interesting. I was interviewed by a friend of mine in Australia, and he said, I read your book. It's a great business book. And I realized at the end, you're also teaching us how to be better human beings. You're very sneaky.
Exactly.
So here's the main problem that the book solves. I mean, this is my ninth book, and I don't have a strategy to write books. I don't think, oh my gosh, it's time for me to write a book. I only write a book when I see that there's a big problem in the world that I don't understand. If I can figure out this problem, this will help a lot of people, my customers and the people who are my students in my classes. And I think the biggest problem we face as marketers today, I think the number one question on our minds is, how can we be heard? How do we stand out? How can we be seen? How can we be discovered? And it's hard. It's really, really hard because the world is just being flooded with so much competition, so much content. How do we rise above the noise? Now, I sort of get obsessed with questions like this because I don't want to be a consultant that says, oh, well, the world is hard, too bad. I want to figure out, what do we do? So what if you are doing your best work and you just are stuck and you don't know how to gain momentum and get to the next level? And that led me to study the art and science of momentum. How do you really build momentum? And it turns out there is a lot of research on this subject in the field of sociology that goes all the way back to the 1960s. But no one has really applied that to real lives and businesses. It's been kind of stuck in academia. As far as I know, Malcolm Gladwell made one small reference to this research in, I think it was The Tipping Point. Other than that, no one has really explored decades and decades of research and applied it to our lives. And that's what the book is about. How does momentum really work? And there's a pattern. And I think once people understand it and see this pattern, they'll never see the world the same way again.